Hi guys, I just called the store and our chicks are in, so we're gonna go pick them up. We are doing 2 different batches of meat birds this year. The first batch we are doing 30 Cornish. Second batch, which we'll be picking up in June, we are doing Western Rustic. That way we can kind of compare the two, see what we prefer. But let's go pick up some little baby chicks. All right, here we go. 30 little chickies. Actually, 32. They sent a couple extra. But let's get these guys home. So all the chicks are settled into the brooder now. As I put each one in there, I just showed them exactly where the water was by dipping their beaks in and making sure I could see them take a little sip. For water, for the first couple days, we like to do either magic water or like a mineral electrolyte water. The magic water, if you're not familiar, is apple cider vinegar, raw honey, and garlic cloves. The mineral water, I'll leave both recipes in the description box down below, but the mineral electrolyte water has molasses, baking soda, I can't remember what else right now, but both of those recipes will be in the description box down below. And we've had a lot of success with that, just to make sure their immune systems are nice and strong. So all of them are settled in there now. I can already see them going back to the waterers, which is great. And they've discovered where the food is at. But overall, we're just really excited. This is gonna be our first year doing meat birds, just actually meat in general. And we're doing 2 batches of meat chickens. So this first batch, we ordered 30 Cornish Rock, as I mentioned. Cornish Rock, I'm pretty sure, is just another name for Cornish Cross from what I looked up. I'm in Canada, so I'm sure that kind of affects what they're called. And then our second batch, we are doing Western Rustic, which is a little bit longer of a grow out. So we'll be able to compare the two, see which we prefer. But we're just so excited to be able to raise some of our own meat here on our property. So far, the chicks are all looking really good, but I thought I would share with you kind of our brooder setup. So this is our brooder setup. We use, I think this is a 200-gallon stock tank. It works great for us. And for bedding, our preference is using pine shavings. We have tried straw in the past before. I know that people really like to use paper towels, at least for the first few days for easy cleanups, or newspaper. Newspaper I find gets really slippery. Kind of same thing with straw, but pine shavings we never have any issues with. So that is what we typically use. And then for feeders and waterers, we really like these mason jar feeders and waterers. So they just have these screw-on bottoms that go onto regular mouth mason jars. So we use those for their feed as well as their water. They've got their magic water right now. You can see them all enjoying it. And those work great for us. They're easy to keep clean. I find that some of the bigger feeders, we've tried like these varieties or the ones that just have the bar through the middle. They tend to get filled up with the pine shavings, even if I have them elevated, and they also get poop in them. So these guys are a lot easier for us to clean. So that is what we typically use. Now for a heat source, we use heat lamps. We've never had an issue with them. That being said, I did go ahead and order a Brincy, I think they just call it a brooder. They're like the heat plates that they can crawl right under. So we'll give that a try when that arrives in just a couple days. But we have the heat lamps on chains so we can move them up and down as needed. So I'll just keep an eye on them and make sure that they are not too hot or not too cold. I wanted to share a close-up of this because this is something new that we're doing and I wish I had known about it sooner. So I saw this on a Justin Rhodes video, and basically this is just some scrap wood with a piece of like hardware fabric, and underneath it we have a feed pan. And that way you put the waters on top, and if they spill, it just goes directly into the feed pan instead of all into the bedding. So I think that's going to be really helpful, and it's also going to keep a lot of the pine shavings out of the waterers. Now, I doubt we're going to need to use these, but my husband has built these covers for the brooder just with some scrap wood and some chicken wire that go right over top once they start flying. That being said, with the meat birds, I think they're going to be out of here before we really have that issue. So probably won't need to use those, but we've got them on standby if we do. I'm gonna wrap this up here. I will be documenting this whole journey of us raising our own meat this year. I've mentioned in previous videos, my husband has been hard at work building us a couple paddocks. So one being for pigs, and then the second one, we're doing them right side by side. We will be using for the chickens because we have bear problems, and I don't think something like a mobile chicken coop would really work great for us. The last thing that we want is to lose all of our chickens, so that would be really sad. And I think that having them in some sort of pen is just going to be the best setup for us. But I will be documenting all of this. If you guys are interested in following along, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. We're really looking forward to it. We'll see you in the next video.